Hey folks, this is Bill from Little White Dory. You've probably seen this view before. We're heading out to the chickens. I opened up the gardens to them today. We've had some people here to pick some of the remnants of our garden. In fact, I'll walk over here to say there's still more. I know that there's cucumbers, there's tomatoes, there's tons of small orange and red cherry tomatoes. I mean, look at the amount on the floor down there. It's just insane how many cherry tomatoes there were. We've got a bunch of tomatoes that are going to ripen, I guess, or in some cases they may be still good for green. And there's a cucumber that's probably going to develop if it gets another couple of days of sunshine. And there's one right there. Who knows? I'll put that there. I'll see it better. More tomatoes. Anyway, what we did was we opened the gates. There's a section here that is chicken proof, but I know these girls will have fun digging, scratching, poking, and looking around and finding goodies, even the ones that can't see very well. But it's back out here. The garden is going to be sterilized, I call it, by the chickens. They'll go pick out bugs, weeds, seeds, and dig things up. Sorry, I'm giving you the view of a chicken butt. But they'll do enough disruption in this garden. And you see that they're hitting just the paths right now. There's a couple over there heading into one of the gardens that had garlic in it last year. But they will do this pretty much nonstop until they're about ready to explode. And then they'll go back inside probably and sleep off a little bit. I'm just looking over here quickly for a tomato that hasn't exploded yet. We got rain for 2 days now in a row. And pretty much everything has exploded. Let's see what we got here. There's a nice one. Oh no, that one's cracked too. An heirloom. Well, they're tasty, but they're fall fruit. I'm surprised they're digging so much over there, except that it's closest to the coop. So there's not a lot left in here. The peppers are still kind of perking along, doing their thing. They like this time of year. We got down to 49 degrees last night, which is not the first night we had that. We got some composting piles and grass clippings and stuff that we've got to mix up and get into that compost bin, which is now finally looking like it's starting to collapse inward a little bit. We'll be able to get some more stuff in there. This whole back area is going to be just stripped back out, and who knows what we'll do with it next. We built these 2 beds new last year. Maybe we'll keep them, maybe we'll move them. But it's definitely the end of the season. We had to move the RV. I'll take you to the front here. I'll show you a project I was working on over the past, well, it's a never-ending project. Each time I open up a window to replace a window, I find what the guy before me left, or the guy before him, or the guy before that. You can see back here we have 2 windows. The one on the left has been here for 30 years or more, and this one on this side I just replaced. We don't have exactly the best scenario going on here. These bricks have been exposed to water. Get up close, you'll see there's a crack or a fault line that kind of runs down, and I'm debating how to deal with that. But we've got an inexpensive vinyl double glazed Home Depot replacement window, and what we're taking out is these, which were Andersen from 35, maybe 40 years ago. I don't know when they were replaced, but I've owned the house now for almost 30 years. So it was time. The windows in the basement were replaced a long time ago. And I'm on this side here. One done, one to go. So we have 2 more. This one is still the old one. And then that one was replaced. That one was the first one I did, and it was a disaster. The framing inside, I don't know. It's just the window was there from the beginning, but the framing had been changed or something had been done because it was not framed for a window. It just had some Mickey Mouse framing. This one, this particular room, which now has these 2 windows, all right, so it's a corner bedroom. These 2 windows, I've seen the inside, and I don't recall it being anything crazy framing-wise. I re-insulated the insides of that room after we had some smoke damage done years and years ago. This one too, though, you can kind of see there's moisture down in here. This is just not, well, there's probably there could be, yeah, there's a puddle. So that's what we've been dealing with for the last 30 years. It's just this kind of horrific installation of a window. They took a course of bricks out from here. Let me back up a bit. They took a course of bricks here that would vertical and tilted to make a sill that would pitch out and get rid of water. And the only reason I know that is because I can see where the row was taken out. Oh, there goes my hat. Get that before it lands in a puddle. It's going to be windy. We're dealing with, I guess, the remnants of Hurricane Ian coming through the northeast. We have now what we consider a nor'easter. So here's where you can see how there was bricks then. Okay, that's what it should have been. Now, whether those bricks fell out or pulled out, who knows? This is another window that's been replaced, and that would have been the row there. So, my installation is not the best. I kind of had to schmiegel this stuff in pretty good because, I was restricted by the bricks. I didn't really want to start cutting bricks to change anything, so I wanted the largest window that I could fit into the space that was there. And when I spoke to people about replacement windows, that's kind of a murky situation. What they do is they take the frame from the old window, they use that, and then they install a window inside the existing frame. So you lose window space. And these windows were not by any standards big to start with. So the option of having to reduce it wasn't on the table. As I look at it from here, I'd say that there's maybe a small gain in glass surface here versus the old window. But if you could imagine having to go from that to something that would fit inside the glazed area, basically, you'd shrink the window down and stick another. It's just a crazy idea that they do it. I guess it's somehow better than not doing it, but it's just not the best way to do things. So I optioned to take this out and sort of rework the whole framing of the window and then put back in. It is a replacement window, but it's put back into the original framing as opposed to the window framing that was there before. All right, we're going on longer than I probably should. You can hear the wind probably. We're getting just kind of snotty weather. It's just, the clouds come and go. We get a little rain, it stops, and then it rains a little more. It's windy. And it's definitely what we needed. We have not had rain all summer. This is like the first good rain, meaning that it's more than a fraction of an inch, and it's being spread out over a long, 3-day period. It's pretty much Saturday, Sunday, yesterday, and today. I think tomorrow we're supposed to clear up a bit, and then we should return back to a somewhat normal state. But there you have it, folks. Status of the homestead. Project's never ending, and life goes on. Hope you're all having a good day. Bye-bye.